Hey everybody, welcome to Whiskey Whistle. Here we are. It is Wednesday night. It's Whiskey Wednesday. It is 11 o'clock here local in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Just finished an unreal event with Travis Watt from Alberta, who works for Rare Drams that represents Carn Mor from Morrison Distillers. This insane lineup that you see right here, just had that tonight with 28 people for Dram Room 5, which is a little series of tastings that I do together with the Winnipeg Whiskey Club and also anybody else who wants to join. Anyway, I'm using StreamYard for the first time, so I have no idea what this is like. I am testing this out. Next week on Wednesday, on January 20th, I'm going to be going live with the Milk and Honey Distillery from Tel Aviv, Israel. That's also 11 o'clock a.m. Central Time in Winnipeg and 7 p.m. local time in Tel Aviv. So anyway, yeah, welcome to Whiskey Whistle. We're going to try all of these tonight, and it'll be little mini reviews. I'll go through them and give it a Whiskey Whistle whiskey score. This will be my first time really doing reviews from this platform, from a live platform. Now, I'm just going to pop in and look and see what's going on because, again, I don't know how this works. Oh, I see a couple of comments here already. We've got Jason Coates who's joined. Welcome. And Chris Beaton, great to see you as well. Fantastic, gentlemen. Hopefully everything sounds and looks okay. Please comment how the stream looks. Is it jiggy? Is it nice and smooth? And how's the volume, etc.? Love to hear from you. Okay, I go into my channel and I'll watch along here from myself. There we go. Okay, so we've got a few people in. Thanks a lot, guys, for jumping in. 3 people. There's one unknown person watching. Jason says it's all good on his end, so that's fantastic. All right, so yeah, look at this incredible lineup of independent bottlings from Carn Mor. Have you tried any Carn Mor releases? And you're gonna, well, that's this one. So we had one bottle from the old range. I didn't want to put that in here because it didn't look the part, right? This is nice. This is basic, but this is gorgeous, sexy bottles. And I shouldn't say that word, that S word. Whoops. Okay, I'll pour a little more in there. All right, so this is Dufton 2009, 10 years old in a bourbon barrel and a double cask. This is, of course, known in terms of the regular market, the official bottlings. This is known as Singleton, the Singleton of Dufton. And wherever you are, whatever time it is, hopefully you are enjoying yourself tonight, having a pour of something nice, and trying to take your mind off of, well, the elephant in the room, the massive pandemic that we're trying to get through. And I'm not going to go political here. I'm not going to wax political tonight, but things are getting pretty crazy. So I think we need all of the liquid courage we can get. Cheers, folks. Did I say that? All right, so Chris mentions he's got a 8-year-old Carn Mor Glenburgie. I do love Glenburgie. Is that the peated style or the unpeated? Love to hear from that guy. Okay, and 5 minutes, 5 people watching now. I want to see what the lag is like, so I'm going to go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds. Okay, that's not that bad. Not that bad. The people at Milk and Honey wanted to use Zoom to do the stream here on YouTube, but the first thing that glared at me was a 20-second delay, and I thought, you know, how can you interact with anybody if you're 20 seconds off from interacting with people that are chatting along? All right, we have John McLeod that's joined. He is Well, he's chatting along from the southwest of Scotland. Southwest. So I guess that means close to Campbellton, maybe in the lowlands. Where are you? And welcome. Great to have you along. So we had this this Dufton for a warm-up dram, and it's a great Dufton. This is a lovely bourbon, ex-bourbon style classic Speyside. It's really zesty. It's got some lovely fruit candies like banana sponge. Those what are they called? They're like marshmallows, but in the shape of a banana. Oh, he's near Bladnoch. Very cool. I really love Bladnoch whiskey, and I've only had it a couple of times, but I just bought the 10-year-old, and I love it. Yes. And we have Donner Pass Whiskey joining. Welcome. Glad to see you. Super juicy, almost sparkly, almost a little bit effervescent. This one is 10 years old. Yeah, 10 years old. But, you know, it comes off more like around 7 or 8 or 6. Very youthful, very vigorous. Pineapple, waxy, like a waxiness in the mouthfeel, also in the flavor. Very waxy finish, long and fruity, quite enjoyable. And you compare that to the Singleton of Dufton, which I have somewhere, but probably in the place that I've put the piles of whiskey that's just waiting to be reviewed. It's nothing like it. It's absolutely nothing like it at all. This is in line with my tastes very much. It's fresh. It is, of course, it's unchill filtered, natural in color, 47.5% ABV, like the strictly limited from Carn Mor are, versus the 40% 12-year-old from Singleton of Dufton, which I can't even tell you what it smells and tastes like because it's forgettable. It's okay. It's okay. I bought a bottle, probably the only bottle that I would buy. I might buy other releases from Singleton. I have Singleton of Glenord, which I really enjoy, both official bottlings and some indies. But anyway, cool stuff. And yeah, up to date with the chat, so that's cool. Donner Pass, he mentions he'd love to find an independent bottling of Bowmore. Yeah, it's tough. And, well, that's going to be the end of the show tonight. And that's a showstopper. This is everything I love about Bowmore. Okay, so that was that Dufton. The next bottle that we went through with the Dram Room 5 tonight, the whiskey tasting with Winnipeg Whiskey Club, my club that I am the president of. I run the club and started Dram Room as a way to connect industry together with local clubs like mine. So Dram Room, typically led by a rep or by a brand ambassador. In fact, February 11th, we're going to have Mike Brisbois, the Canadian brand ambassador for Black Bottle, for Bunnahabhain, for Deanston, and also for Tobermory, Lechec. So he's going to be leading Dram Room 6 on February 11th. And then in March 10th, we have two brewers. Dave Gardner, the senior rep from Alberta, he's going to lead us on a two brewers tasting. And I want to show that. Well, I think I put it away. I just bought a bottle of Two Brewers release 24. It is their first bona fide age-stated release. It's 11 years old, and it's gorgeous. I'll show that to you another time since it's way over there, and I'm surrounded by whiskey. I'm landlocked here. All right. So I'm going to pour that one. Longmorn 2009. This one is a first fill bourbon barrel. Probably 2 barrels. 2? Those are barrels, maybe 3 actually. It's 830 bottles in this batch. And I had this in this glass before. I'm just going to clear out the glass of the, the dried up stuff where all the alcohol disappears, and you got this, little funny tasting little bit left in your glass. There we go. So yeah, if you're in Canada, if you're in USA, if you're abroad, potentially, but of course you'd have to pay the shipping. Hey, look who's here. Hey, Mel. Great to see you. Whiskey Ace. All right, so this Longmorn first fill bourbon barrels, which is great. And I really like Longmorn. It's a heavier style of whiskey than other similarly matured whiskeys like Glenmorangie, for example, very light. This is Longmorn, and it's heavier, richer, more fuller flavored, more fully flavored. That's what I wanted to say. Okay, we've got Jason Coates chatting along. That's great. And Robert Zemko joining in. Good to see you. Welcome. Happy New Year. And oh my God, you've got the 20-year-old Carn Mor Lechek. That's fantastic. Oh man, where are you? All right, so I was going to say, if you want to join any of the Winnipeg Whisky Club events or the Dram Room events, I'm going to pull up a little image of the information from Dram Room. Okay, don't show those tips again. Share screen. That's not the screen I want to share. Cancel. Okay, let me try this here. It's going to be this one. No. Okay, bear with me. Okay, that's the Duffton that we just tried. Great bottle, interesting. Again, a little youthful, but if you want to try Duffton that's kind of like bare and delicious and not covered with color and not chill filtered, that's your option there. Okay. Hey, I just stopped sharing. What happened? Okay, there we are. Now this thing smells like vanilla ice cream, legit vanilla ice cream here. And a little bit of something herbal. And again, this is the Longmorn 2009. I'll pull that up in a minute. I gotta try to find this photo. Is it this one? Open. Yeah, that's the one. Okay. All right, bear with me here. So apparently you need 2 monitors to share screens very easily. Oh, well, that'll never happen until I have my own office to do these things, and I can just open the door, start the live stream, shut it down, walk out, and not have to break down all my lights and my cameras and everything else so that the room can be used. This is actually the bedroom. I'm in the bedroom. Okay. All right, so here's the tasting mat for Dram Room 5 tonight, just so you can see what I do. All right, so this is our 5th Dram Room, guest hosted by Travis Watt, who is a representative of Rare Drams. And yeah, that's just a tasting map. So I create those using images and try to make it kind of fancy, almost slightly collectible. And this was actually Drams for Fams month. So $5 from every ticket tonight went to a charity, which is going to be the Children's Hospital Foundation of Manitoba. As well, we raffled a couple of things, I'll just say things, that look very similar to the things on the screen. And we raised like $650 in addition to the $5 per ticket. So that's like $1,000 just from tonight raised. Nearly, no, not 1,000, like $700. And then also on January 27th is our regular club night, and that's also going to have the same sort of system of $5 per ticket and maybe a raffle to really kick up a notch with that that charity. All right. Sorry, guys. Back to you. Okay, we got Christopher Molloy that's joining. I'm glad to see you. Yeah, the caramel, right? I mean, I'd rather not have any, but at the same time, I'm not willing not to try those whiskeys. So I'm okay if it's like just a touch used, like a lot of distillers are doing now. I have a sensitive palate, it seems, to caramel, it seems, and really not into that. There's a couple, of course, that we know that use too much using the we use the acronym WM. So distilleries that fall under the W and M tend to have too much of that. Although I think that's changing. I have a new Jura that for the first time didn't get that acrid, odd flavor working there, ruining the event. Okay, so this Longmorn, vanilla ice cream, herbal, some dry hay. Super creamy. Some sweet pear. Really wax. This one's even more waxy. And again, these are all unchill filtered. A little bit of stone fruit. Lots of vanilla here. Some like, what's that dessert called? Why do I always forget this dessert? You've got the blowtorched candy on the top, and it's white underneath. What's it called? Anyway, not the top. I don't get the top. I get the milky, creamy pudding-like thing underneath. What's it called? Thank you, Jason Coates. Creme brulee. So some the creme brulee minus the brulee, so just the creme. So I get some of that here. Anyway, you get it. Fresh apricot, that creme brulee with an English accent this time. I apologize. Reb's here. Welcome, Reb. Reb is going to be moderating the chat next week on Wednesday for the Milk and Honey live stream. Again, Wednesday, January 20th, 11 a.m. Central, 7 p.m. in Tel Aviv. Me with a Milk and Honey distillery, the international sales agent / he's kind of like the brand ambassador, and hopefully also the master distiller. Anyway, great stuff. So yeah, this is also very waxy, and I think that's going to be a theme here that tells me that there is absolutely legit something special about not chill filtering and how it affects the mouthfeel and the enjoyment of drams like this. Hmm. That one also zesty, effervescent, fruit, vanilla deliciousness. The finish is exactly in alignment with the palate. It just carries on. All those flavors carries on, and especially I get some apricot pit, astringency and dryness trailing out as the finish fades. And we're going to move on to the next one. And I'm just going to say hey to everybody that's joined in. We've got an interesting group tonight, and again, this is like really, really late here. We have Mel, aka Whiskey Ace. We've got Reb, who's joined all the way from Israel. Christopher Molloy is here. Jason Coates, he was one of the first, and a good group of people. A few people that I've missed. Robert Zemko joined in, which is great. Donner Pass Whiskey, and we have a true Scot in the midst. John McLeod from the Clan McLeod has joined. So welcome. And I hope you're all having a great day, night, afternoon, wherever it is you are. Reb, I think this is really early in the morning for you. Okay, on to the next one. And I'm going to pull up the little screen share for that. Let me just figure that out. No, not that one. Oh, here's the little poster for the Milk and Honey event next week. So that's already been created. You can find that in the live section for WhiskyWhistle on YouTube. You can also see that link in Twitter, in Instagram, also in Facebook. So it's out there. Set your timer so that you don't miss it. It's a kind of a funny time of the day for people in Canada, especially if you are if you're on the West Coast. It's going to be very early, like 9 o'clock in the morning when that starts. But hey, a lot of us are locked down, and what else are you going to do? But check out some lives with people like me doing crazy things like this. Okay, so the next one is this Clynelish, and I'm going to pull that bottle up. Nope, not that one. Okay, bear with me. Oh boy, what a mess. Okay, I'm going to try. Come on, Mark. Yeah, I'm a little bit tech illiterate. Okay, I have to go through the back door here. Documents. And downloads. Okay. I think it's this one. Yes. Okay. Not that illiterate. Okay, so this is the bottle that I'm going to be tasting now. And I'll have to pour a little bit more in the glass. So that is Clynelish 1993, 26 years old. Carn Mor Celebration of the Cask from Morrison Distillers, as they are now known. And the name of the distillery, it's on the labels somewhere. I've forgotten it already. It starts with an A. You know, they opened in 2017. They have actual whiskey of age yet, but they're not going to release it until it's good and ready. Did a little glass rinse. Okay. So I hope that you have gotten a good look at that. Really, really thrilled with this bottle. And the second I opened this up and I took a whiff of the bottle, I knew that I was in for something unreal. The kind of whiskey that changes your paradigm of whiskey on the whole and may actually shift your preferences a little bit to a different direction than you formerly found yourself in. So this one is also bourbon barrel matured. Probably its second fill. I'm guessing 26 years in that kind of a cask. Second fill, probably second fill. Could be second fill and third. And oh, thanks so much, Mel. Really appreciate that. Yep. I don't mind it if you throw up a like or two. And we got 14 people watching. That is my biggest audience in the middle of the night. So that's cool. That's really cool. Thank you. Anyway, so opened this bottle and took a whiff. Blown away. I was blown away. It smelled not like whiskey. It smelled like the fruity style of the fruity kind of like plum winey style of baijiu, the Chinese national distilled spirit, baijiu. It smelled like baijiu. Now, Reb's asking about the Bowmore. If you mean the Bowmore that I have here tonight, yeah, that's independent bottling from Carn Mor. We'll get to that in a little bit. But anyway, so it smelled like really, really waxy, the very light, those like the light alcohols that make it into the whiskey, not just ethanol, but those other things that come in, the lighter ones, the really volatile chemical compounds, different types of alcohol, chemical alcohol, really making it very lemon pledgy, but also this really interesting, just like it's like jabbing in my nostrils. It is so incredibly volatile. The amount of scent coming out of this glass is just mind-boggling. Leather, polished leather, like furniture polish. Fruit skins, lots of fruit skins. Citrus, lemon. Really hard to describe this. It's so hard to describe because it's got compounds in here that you don't find anywhere but in whiskey, so they're impossible to really describe without using metaphor. All right. The palate. Cheers, folks. Thanks for joining along tonight. Cheers. Lemon, waxy, canned pineapple. Did I mention wax? Extremely bright and delicious. And we have Malted in Montreal joining in. I know it's late over there for you. If you do want to maybe jump in a little bit, you're more than welcome. I have actually a promise to Swami that when I start doing a bona fide series of lives, that he would be my first whiskey tuber guest. So we'll make that happen at some point. Okay, Swami, whenever you're able. This is really good. And again, if you happen to be a sherry bomb lover and you try this, my gut tells me that you're going to find yourself shifted a little bit more towards bourbon after something like this, chasing this kind of unicorn. I'll send you the link in 3 Whiskeys if you want to hang out a bit longer. Now, I missed a bit of conversation there. If there's something important, make sure you just comment again. Great group tonight. And again, thank you for the strong support here, here on YouTube in the middle of the night or early morning, wherever you are. But so that's that Clynelish. If this is available locally where you are, grab one and don't hesitate. It's a little on the pricey side, but for 26 years old, and cask strength at 51.3%, you'll be doing yourself a favor. And the bottle really stretches because despite the strength, this drinks like it's like 65%. So, Reb, I'll tell you the cask number for this one. This is cask number 11203, 121 bottles. Distillation date is 21/10/1993, and the bottling date is 07/09/2020, and the cask strength is 51.3%. Anyway, sold out in Canada for that Clynelish. Okay, on to Mortlach. This one is very, very sherried. And I have a little bit of that left. So this is with thyme and some water in the glass. I'll start with that, and I'll pull up the bottle. Total Christmassy, spicy, fruit-cakey type of a whiskey. Documents. Downloads. There we go. No, that's Ardmore. Pardon me. There it is. Okay, back to you. And we will share that screen. All right, so here's this Mortlach 2010 from a sherry butt. 611 bottles, 47.5% ABV. Reb, are you telling me the Clynelish is 300 pounds in London? That's got to be like hard to find whiskey.com or something like that, no? This was $350 Canadian here. Anyway, 300 pounds, a little bit high. If you're a Clynelish fan, I would say, you know, go for it because it's great. But that's a lot higher than what I paid for this. Yeah, so this Mortlach, definite beautiful color, very, very dark. So with the water, really brings out the sherry. Like it's just so sherried. And look at this huge help from Swami here. Thank you so much for that $10 bump. This is just insane. Oh, thank you. My bonus for being top realtor this month. Well, not the top, but the 14th. Okay, so I'm going to pour some of this neat, and I'm even going to rinse my glass a little bit first. Wow, that's just too kind. Thanks a lot, Swami. Okay. The finish, by the way, with water, very nutty. Like like beer nuts or candied, those red candied peanuts. Neat, the nose neat. This one's also very herbal. But lots of spice, lots of baking spices. Big on the nutmeg, a little bit of cinnamon, a dollop of ginger. I dare say a little bit of cardamom. So lots of sweet spices there. I'll get to that in a minute, Reb. First of all, as you start to chew the whiskey in your mouth, you really begin to get the slight burning. Burning is not the right word. Embering, building, sulfuric, kind of like the Christmas cracker after you pull those cords, and that little bit of that puff of struck gunpowder comes in a little bit there. So you get a little bit of that kind of salty, brimstone-y type of flavor the longer I kind of like chew that whiskey. But what I mean by heavily sherried is that the first taste that I had of this, I felt like, in a way, this whiskey has too much sherry influence and probably could have been better, maybe bottled a little bit younger, instead of 10 years old, at say 8 years old, to let more of the sulfur, meaty deliciousness of Mortlach to come through. But I like it. I like sherry, first of all, so I don't mind that. But yeah, heavily influenced by sherry. The walnuttiness, the supreme dark fruits working in there, and with water even more so, which is interesting. Final little sip here. It's almost as if I took some nice Oloroso sherry, maybe Osborne. No, that's port, isn't it? Can't think of a brand. Anyway, you take some sherry, and you take a tablespoon and put that into your 1 ounce of whiskey. That's kind of what I'm getting here. It's just so sherried. It's a true sherry bomb, and in a way, it suits the heavy, meaty, sulfuric nature of Mortlach. You know, so Swami's saying he doesn't really care for the generic official bottles of Mortlach. They're generally lower in strength. I think they're often bottled at 48, but they could use some, I don't know, I think for the official bottles, they could use some fresher casks. Okay, now we're going to get into the first peat bomb of the night. And, well, I'll try to pull up that image as well for you to have a look at. This is Ardmore 2011. Let's see here. There it is. All right, so Ardmore 2011. This one is an interesting double or triple or maybe even quadruple cask, multi-cask blend of PX and Oloroso. 1,272 bottles, so a big, big, big batch. You should be able to get that. I can still get it in Canada. So this was $95 Canadian here. This is 9 years old and bottled in the current, well, last year of 2020. Whoa, I forgot to pour it. Okay, let's pour that, baby. So a lot of people's flavor favorite. This is a sherried peat bomb. And a nice coppery hue, about the same color as the still in the background. We have Foodquig joining. That's awesome. I'm feeling like there's something going to happen tonight. So FQ, if you want to join with me and Swami after I finish with the Bowmore, I would love to have you on. And you know what, Reb, since you are going to be joining in next, I mean, it's early morning for you though, I think, but if you want to join tonight as well and jump in on this live stream as a visual guest, you're more than welcome. It'd be great to be able to chat with you for the first time ever in the 5.5 years that I've known you. And I think everybody is really familiar with Swami and Foodquig, but if you're into reading whiskey blogs, check out Reb's. Reb, if you want to put up a link, that'd be great to your whiskey blog. All right, so I wasn't telling you about this whiskey. And I can't show you the legs because this is a used glass. So it's a less than perfect view of what the legs would actually be like in a new glass. But let's see. It's really hard to see. Yeah, you can't really, you can kind of, oh, there we go. Okay, we can kind of get a sense. Nice juicy legs, but again, is that because of the former whiskey stuck on the side of the walls of the glass? Or is it because it's nice, heavy, juicy whiskey? All right. So this is a Highland Peat. It is like burning fields, burning farmers' fields in the fall. Now, I'm in Canada. Oftentimes I burn pine wood when we're having a fire. So it's kind of like dried out pine wood burning, like a fire, a bonfire with pine wood. On the nose, you don't really get a sense, excuse me, too much of the sherry. A tiny little bit of raspberry working in the background of the nose of this Ardmore. Sounds good, Red. Save that for another time. Now, on the palate, you get a lot more sherry, peaty goodness, and it brings back memories of Lefroy PX. Which I didn't care for, but this is better. It's somewhere between a like that Lefroy PX and something like the Lagavulin Distillers Edition. So some real red fruits working in the background there, but still, I mean, it's still heavily peated here. You're getting some social distortion. Sorry. Probably that's because my internet provider, my internet provider kind of sucks. Really sorry about that. It'll probably clear up. I get these occasional dips in the whatever the megabits per second upload speed. So that sucks. So let me see here. Do my little speed test. Oh yeah, something is not quite right. Okay, no, that's download. Download looks good. Download looks very good. My upload is dipping a little bit. No, not bad though. Okay, first of all, well, see, my sound is coming from my mic. Is it this? Is it too loud now? Damn it. Why am I even using this? Okay. Bear with me here. All right, can you hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, I hope you can hear me now. Please, please. Please. Oh, thank God. Okay. It turns out when you unplug your mic and you plug it back in, they set it to mute first. Oh, man. Terrible, terrible. Okay. All right. Fantastic. Okay, so this Ardmore. Grassy, herbal. The peat is definitely PX dominated. I don't really get a whole lot of Oloroso, so that's probably 1 out of 4 casks here. It's kind of like throwing raspberries into a bonfire. That's what I'll say. Okay, thanks, Swami. Thank you. He says, I sound like the regular goofy Mark. Well, at least goofy's better than boring. Okay, so it's time to pour some of this Bowmore. So now I didn't give any whiskey scores, and I meant to. I'll go back and say that the Dufton 2009, this one gets 84 points. Okay, and the Longmorn in first fill barrels 2009, 11 years old, in the new Carn Mor packaging. This one gets 88 points. Okay, now I think you know where this is going to go. So, Carn Mor Celebration of the Cask Clynelish 1993. This one is going to get 95 points from WhiskyWhistle. 95 points. You heard it. 95 points is the WhiskyWhistle whiskey score for Clynelish 1993. It's an insane whiskey, and I love it. And if you can get it, please do. Okay, Mortlach. Mortlach 2010, 10 years old. What is that going to be? That is going to be 88. Yep, 88 points out of 100. Also very, very nice. Really enjoyable. And the Ardmore 2011. This is certainly a really enjoyable whiskey. And the price is great. And that's going to get 87 points here on WhiskyWhistle. Okay, now time to pour some more of this Carn Mor Bowmore 1996. First of all, I'm going to clean the glass a little bit with this. Kind of do the, what's his face? What's his name? The White and Mackay brand ambassador. Throw it away. I love that guy, by the way. He is a true, let's say, he's like the real deal for someone who represents Scotland for, yes, Richard Patterson. Thank you, Richard Patterson, who represents whiskey for the world. Okay, there we go. Throw it away. Okay, I'm just going to pour a little bit there because this is something that needs to be shared. Okay, so I should be letting that sit for like 20 minutes, right? So we'll wait for a little bit. And I'll tell you, again, a couple other things that are coming up next week with Milk and Honey Distillery on Wednesday, January 20th, 11 a.m. Central. That's number one. End of the month, January 27, Winnipeg Whiskey Club. We're going to have a what I'm going to call Whiskey Romance. Let Me Count Thee Ways is going to be the subtitle, and that is a Valentine's themed whiskey and chocolate pairing for the Winnipeg Whisky Club. It's going to be about $65 a person in Canada, plus shipping if you're not in Winnipeg. So that's the 27th and February 11th with Mike Brisbois from Distel, the Distel brand ambassador for Canada. We're going to be doing Black Bottle, Deanston, Tobermory, and Lecheg, and also Punahaban together in a dram room. That'll be dram room number 6, dram room 6. And then way over in March, just after my 46th birthday, I'm going to be hosting on dram room 7, two brewers Yukon whiskey from, Yukon in Canada. We'll be trying a bunch of their whiskeys, including their 11-year-old release, which I cannot wait. I cannot wait to try that. 11 years old, 58% cask strength, unfiltered, natural in color, super dark. It looks gorgeous. Very limited release, but well done for them putting out an age statement finally. So that's me covered for the next couple of months. February in the club, February 24th, we'll be doing an all peat, a super peated February club day for Winnipeg Whisky Club. And then in March will be, of course, Irish themed. And we have some cool people joining in. Welcome. DH Silv 2. And good chatting with you the other day. I think that was you. So Springbank 18. Yeah. I got 2 of them. All right. Oh, yeah, that's you. I know that's you. Dustin, right? Dustin. Okay. All right. So the first thing that when I'm smelling this, by the way, this is the PX Sherry butt. But this PX Sherry butt seems to be acting a little bit more like an Oloroso Sherry butt in a way. Because I'm getting some definite rancio, I'm getting some roasted walnuts. And I better pull up that bottle image for you to look at. Okay, bear with me here. Downloads. That's gotta be this one. Nope. There it is. Okay, here we go. Okay, just look at this bottle. First of all, for cheap cardboard packaging, this has got to be the sexiest packaging out there. I love the copper-colored, beautiful, paper cardboard box. It's beautiful. The new bottle shape is unreal, and I think they did a great job with that. It really shows off the color of the bottle, and the label is eye-catching. The brand name Carn Mor is elevated here. Beautiful. So 1996 Bowmore, 23 years old, PX Sherry butt, 471 bottles from cask number 901278, distilled on the 09/12/1996 and bottled 07/09/2020. So Manitoba got 24 bottles. Sorry, not Manitoba, Canada, pardon me. Manitoba got none of these. Stop sharing. And back to group. Canada got 24 of these. And this was sold out probably, I'm guessing, within 6 hours, maybe 8 hours, maybe less. Because, first of all, you got 2 things happening here. You got people who want to try Bowmore in earnest, and they see, wow, this is 23 years old and it's $500 retail in Canada. That's much less than the standard official bottlings, and it's cask strength, and it is unfiltered, natural in color. So you have tasters wanting to try that. Then you have another group of people that, hey, no judgment here. You got another group of people looking at the intrinsic, the trading value of this whiskey, and $500 today. Probably this will eventually sell at auction, let's say in 2025, for possibly $1,000, maybe $1,500, maybe more, because it is excellent, and also because it is Bowmore, which is one of the most collected whiskeys out there. Anyway, again, no judgment there. I have some whiskeys that I may one day sell so that I can put my daughters through college. I would do it in a second, and you can unsubscribe right now. You can report me to the whiskey is only whiskey until it's shared authorities. But it's the truth, and I wouldn't think twice, because I've got some Macallans that are worth like a couple grand a bottle. And I mean, I would love to try it. But I'm not going to put that in front of paying for my daughter's books in college or whatever. And Reb brings up a great point here. If you've got sherried, if you've got a sherry cask, and if it's older, why ever would you add E150A if you've got a sherry cask to begin with? And yeah, that's the $1 million question. Okay, I'm going to try to catch up with the chat here, and great to see. I've never ever seen this kind of interaction in the middle of the night before. So I guess that says something about where I've been and where I'm going. And hey, well, that's real nice. I got to find that comment. I really like that comment. I'm sure the person who is hearing this now, he knows that I like that comment too. Okay, just check this out. This is insane. Come on, Mel. Come on. All right. Well, thank you. And if you look at pictures of me from the summer, I would have looked much older because I gained a pile of COVID weight. Hands up. Did you put on some COVID weight? I put on, I want to say like 20 pounds. 20 pounds of COVID weight from March to August. March to August, seriously, 20 pounds. I kid you not. If you look at pictures of me from March 2020, I look like this. You look at pictures of me from August. Do I want to? Maybe I will. Maybe I will put up a picture. Oh my God, should I? Okay, just comment if you want to see that. If you want to see a picture of me from August 2020, then at least comment so that I know that you're interested in seeing how flippin' fat I was. Go back in time. Okay, I'm trying to find a nice fat picture of me so you can see my fat face. Okay, that's a possibility. Okay, well, nobody commented, but I'm going to send it anyway. Oh yeah, this is the nadir of my fat face. And I tipped the scales at, what did I weigh? Like 92 kilos. 92 kilos, that's my all-time record. I'm currently down to about 80, 84, and I've got about 10 more kilos to lose. All right, so Dustin is agreeing with me. It sounds like he put on some COVID weight too. Okay, let me get that shared, and then we'll get back into this Bowmore, which needs a hat. I don't know why I use the Scotch for Dummies hat. I gotta throw that away because they never check out my videos, but this guy does, so I'll use that one. I said it, seriously, if you're going to send me your swag and I'm going to put it in a video, at least do me the decency of coming and saying hi, okay? I love you guys. I need you to at least, check me out now and again. Did I go too far there? I might have gone too far. Okay, here we go. Check this out. Oh my God. I'm almost embarrassed, but I can't even believe that's me. I look like I'm like 50. Now, that was a very tasty cask strength Amroot bottle. Oh, look at that. Look at those cheeks. All right. Anyway, hopefully I'll be looking better and better over the next little while. Oh, that's too funny. I don't know if I can read that though, Jason Coates. Okay. Hey, wait a minute now. Come on, guys. Okay. All right. So back to this Bowmore. Beautiful spices, just everything you want in a nice sherry cask Bowmore. Most of all, lots of nutmeg, but cocoa. You got cocoa nibs or cacao nibs, or however you say those where you are. And then you got those sweet burning embers that Bowmore always gives you. It's a sweeter peat. It's not dry like Ardbeg. It's very sweet. It's like a super sweet ham, like a maple glazed ham roasting on an open pit. Super mouth coating. Massive, huge, long finish. But very zesty. There's some tropical fruits here, like mango Something even more tropical, a bit of guava. And then you have the typical sherried, like dried fruits that are in there. Walnut coming through on the palate. Like a cheesecake with walnuts in it. The finish is just big on fresh, dark fruits, fresh strawberries. We've got the cocoa in there. And something like a bit of balsamic and red wine reduction. Now, do we still have Foodquake around? I'd really love to see you here if you still are. If you are, let me know, because I'm going to put you in this this live stream along with Swami. I do want to add a little bit of water here. This one, by the way, 53.4% ABV. Oh, he's working. Damn it. Okay. Okay, so we'll get Swami in here. Okay, but before that, really no change with water on the nose at all. In fact, it seems to be a little bit worse, actually. All I'm getting is just dry lumber. You get a little bit more access to some of the sweet sherry tones at the expense of that delicious little bit of walnut that I'm loving in this. Okay, cheers, guys and gals, and whoever's watching on the replay. Oh yeah, that's nice. Okay, before I get Swami in here, we'll get on the WhiskyWhistle whiskey score for this Carn Mor Celebration of the Cask, Bowmore Distillery, 1996, 23-year-old. What is that going to be, folks? Go like that, show off the Carn Mor. It's going to be 94 out of 100. You heard it, 94 out of 100 is the WhiskyWhistle whiskey score for this interesting, delicious, dark, lovely Carn Mor Bowmore 1996. I wouldn't think twice about buying that for $500 in Canada if I had another chance. And I'm kicking myself for not hurrying up and getting one for me, just to hang on to for long term, possibly to sell at some point. I serious. I just can't tell you that's wrong. But delicious. And I mean, like, I've been able to enjoy it already. So that bottle would just be either to save, to share with my daughters when they're of age. I have a lot of bottles that I'm saving until my daughters are of age, at least of let's say of the age in Europe when it is acceptable to share distilled spirits with your children. No more comments about that. Okay. So, Swami, if you're ready to jump in, I'll get you in here whenever you're ready. And don't know how that works exactly. Does it pop up? Do you show up in the little bottom area for that? So jump on in. Now that's really funny. This is too funny. Okay, I'm guessing you're talking about whiskey in the six. Yeah, I wonder. You know, like seriously, let me tell you. I'm going to tell you my stats because let's see here. All right, so I'm edging up to 6,000 subscribers, which is awesome. Thanks, everybody out there for subscribing. Really appreciate it. And if you're watching this on the replay, make sure you hit the little emblem here to subscribe. Hit the bell, ding ding, so you're notified of future whiskey whistles. But let's see. Here we go. Audience. Okay, so this is pretty good for me. The last 28 days, 90% male, 2% female. And okay, so look at that. Yeah, you can't see that. This thing doesn't focus as well as I would like. But if I look historically, lifetime, it's 1.1%. So actually, I've got double the female audience in the last 28 days than usual. So I'm excited about that. Okay, we'll stop talking about Rob. Oh, that's really interesting. YouTube viewers are 75% male. Okay, well, that makes sense. Okay, so I think I sent that to Swami. So, he says, give me 3 minutes. All right, he's got to fluff up his nuts. Okay, all right, there, fluffer nutter. Let's go. I think that product cannot sell in the UK. There is a marshmallow cream product that's mixed with peanut butter called Fluffer Nutter. It's really funny just how different cultures, even within the native English speakers, different cultures have different words for things. Classic sandwich, the Fluffer Nutter. Yeah, totally. I've enjoyed a few of those. And again, if you're joining from the UK and I tell you that I've enjoyed a few Fluffer Nutters, you probably think that that there's something weird about me, or maybe not, depending on your persuasion. Okay, all right. So I'm going to pour myself something. Now, when I'm enjoying that Bowmore, I'm actually reminded of the Bowmore Tempest, which is one of my favorite Bowmore standard bottlings, which I guess that's defunct. But just really bare and classic, and just like it's like a naked Bowmore. Okay, I'm gonna go through some bottles from the Dram Room 4 that was last week. And I'm going to try that one to start. Has anybody picked up a bottle of Glencadam Reserva Andalusia? All right, so Swami's in, and he looks pretty good. He's got a nice little striped golf shirt. Is it a golf shirt? I think it's a golf shirt. And a cute hat. Pretty nice. I better put in my earbuds though, otherwise you're gonna get reverb. So hopefully that's gonna work. Bear with me here. Okay. Can you still hear me? Everybody hear me? Okay, here we go. Welcome, Swami Swab, to one of the first ever live streams on WhiskyWhistle where I've hosted guests. And you're my first guest. You're my legit first guest ever on WhiskyWhistle. So
you have me on at the right time when no one in the world is watching. So.
Come on. They're all going to be watching tomorrow. And I've heard so much, Dustin and Swami, I've heard so much feedback. I've gotten so much feedback about our last live stream, talking about Jim Murray and his fall from grace.
Oh, so, well, anyways, I don't want to talk about that anymore. That's fucking old.
It's old. But I just want to say that people are watching. I don't know what the stats are like for that video, but if random people are telling me that they saw it, that means that it's got some good views.
People always watch my channel. They just pretend they don't. And
they're closet Swami.
No,
watchers.
They don't subscribe. They just watch and then they pretend that they don't know. So whatever. It's all good. I don't care. Moving on. The whiskey world is a great thing, and I hope all the greatest success. I am no longer a part of it. I'm whiskey adjacent now.
Come on.
I've sold everything. I literally have like 25 bottles left. It's all gone. I made quite a bit of money off of a bunch of half drunken to even heels. Some fools bought a bunch of my heels. I'm like, if only they watched my. I'm like, dude, if you guys ever watch my streams, you know how many times I used to take straight up neck pores right out of those into my mouth.
There was a study done recently about whiskey, like a half bottle of whiskey over a period of 10, 20 years, and whether or not it's safe to drink. And
they said it is.
The result, well, no, it is, but the result for that bottle was, no, this one is